Public Works Commissioners meeting, what's today's date? August 21st. All commissioners in attendance.
It's the first one.
Yeah, just tell me I'm not saying anything.
Do I give this?
We're a very loose crowd. Anyone wants to speak in public forum?
Oh, public.
We have public who wants to speak in a forum.
Just if you can.
Yeah,
I'll speak.
This is
Just
the
identify yourself.
Right.
Yeah, resident.
I'm a resident. My name is Rick Clark. I live on Bayberry Road. And I'm also the president of the St. Vincent de Paul, the food pantry. And just here to show our interest in possibly having this building at some point in time. I know I talked to Kevin like a year ago, well before construction started, and it was just something we were throwing up against the wall. And just looking for a new place. We need a place that's a little bigger, a little better. And, you know, if it happens, it happens. Just wanted to stick a needle in the haystack and hopefully have it stick somewhere, you know, so.
Sounds good.
That's really what we're here for,
Yeah.
with Lauren Kelly and Jerry Kelly saying.
Residents of Whitman.
Excellent. So Melissa is right now. So
All right, 25 Martin Street, Whitman,
Lauren Kelly.
and Gerald, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously, we're well on our way, finally.
Yeah.
You know, we're expecting probably this time next year to be fully in there. You know, there's no plans to demo this building.
Right.
Obviously, everything else out there, the old buildings are all getting demoed, so there's no plan to demo it. You know, there's no real plan of what to do with it.
Right.
Obviously, it's still a town building. You know, we can certainly speak on your behalf to other boards. I would say similarly, you know, reach out to Mary Beth Carter and the selectmen and, you know, kind of the same similar thing, just express an interest. You know, I don't think they have any plans for it. You know, one of the reasons that we are, you know, this building is in decent shape, but one of the reasons we're moving out of here is it's not ADA accessible. You know what I mean? So if you were going to keep it as a public building, you would have to put money into it and make it ADA accessible. You know, that's why we're moving our entire office over there as well.
Yeah.
You know, but it's still a, you know, a decent building that's not gonna fall down like,
Right.
you know, some of the other structures we have out there. So, yeah, I mean, I personally think it's a great idea. I know where you guys are over there. I think you're pretty cramped for space, and it sounds like you're getting squeezed out
A little bit,
Yeah.
yeah.
and you know, and obviously what you do for the community is great and unfortunately well needed. So I think, you know, again, that's just me speaking as, you know.
I agree with you.
You know,
Yeah.
Is there a process that we should be going through, or a letter that we should be writing to?
it probably couldn't hurt, you know, if you want to send a letter to us formally to the
Okay.
commissioners, send a letter to the selectmen's office, you know, to Mary Beth and you know, Carl and his board, you know, expressing the interest, how it happens.
Right. And I'm not even sure, to be honest with you, before we even, I don't want to get a structural engineer in here because, as you know, we're just like a supermarket, and if we put all that weight on the floor, is the floor going to stand up?
Yep.
If I don't know that, I wouldn't want
Yep.
somebody that has a brain about that stuff to look at it.
Well,
So
there is a
So
garage
the other
door on
building
the
can
end.
still be utilized
that's
for
that,
anything? Or we just
Yeah.
rent the
Just
storage
renting.
or?
We read
Yeah.
that.
Milligan Safe owns that building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
Both sides.
they need a building. I've talked to Dan, the owner, and they need a building twice the size of what they have.
Yeah.
So if we were out of there,
Yeah.
it would help him
okay.
immensely.
Yep.
You know, because like I say, if you go over there, all the stuff just keeps. I tell them, just leave me enough the
Yeah.
first Friday so I can pull a truck in here to get our our produce and
So
stuff.
this, if proposed, this would be the sole building that you would utilize, right?
Yeah.
This-
Correct. Yes. Yeah. That would we'd evacuate that area. Let him have his space and
Right.
you know move
There's a
here or
garage
whatever.
bay at the end on the, of this.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's
Yeah.
another thing. Like, because when we get our food, we can deliver it in the bottom, and if we did get it, we'd probably have to look into putting some sort of a hoist in to go from the basement, because you know most of the people that are working there are not 25 years old anymore. So you know we're not going to be carrying stuff upstairs. So we will have to put some money into it. You know, it all, if it even happens, it's all speculation right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's ideas,
I think-
being in construction for 40 years, I understand a lot of the stuff that I need to get into.
Yep.
Just so you're aware, Rick, I mean, I'm not saying they've gone through the hoops and jumping through bells and what. Anyways, there's like 2 other groups that are looking the same thing as you for this building.
Yeah.
All right.
And they've approached,
Everybody.
I hopefully Mary Brett at the town, town hall and whoever else. And where they went with it so far, I couldn't tell you. If they've submitted paperwork,
All right,
I
so
couldn't tell you.
get on it.
All I know is
Yeah,
there's
get on it.
other
Yeah.
groups
Other
involved
interested,
looking.
yeah, okay. So I'll make sure we get in contact with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
And then have dates and everything. But as far as structural, I mean, we were basically just talking a little bit. Yeah, you got freezers, you got refrigerators, you got weight, right?
Yeah.
So you would want to even clear that before.
Yeah, I mean, most of it,
Yeah.
most of the stuff we just put, the real freezers, just put them downstairs on slab on grade, and
Yeah.
it's the other stuff. I mean, shelves of cans of
Right.
vegetables and everything. It all adds up.
Right.
It all adds
Right.
up.
Bruce, has this building ever leaked downstairs that you know or not?
No water issues. We had a leak, but not groundwater or anything like that. So,
Right.
We've had overhead leaks where we are now. Where we are now, we have overhead leaks.
yeah, we
Yeah.
haven't had any issues like that.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, like I said, so I would say a year. Like it's probably gonna be July when we start moving in there, and obviously there's a lot of stuff in here that over the years. So yeah, I'd certainly reach out and
Okay, so we have to step up and make ourselves known
Yeah.
to the powers
that's
that
what it
be.
sounds like.
Yeah, definitely make ourselves known to the powers that be. Yeah, and let them know we're interested.
Let you know you're interested. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we do
It's a start
service a lot.
anyhow, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So the ultimate decision on a property owned by the town is not our jurisdiction.
correct.
So
I would assume it'd be the selectmen.
yeah, right.
That they would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the governing body.
Exactly.
And Kyle Kowalski's on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carl's the
I'll
chairman.
have,
The chair.
I'll have to get him because he used to jab me in the side with an elbow when we played basketball. I have the welts to show him. I'll tell you that. Payback, see that? A couple of
Yeah,
ribs.
that's my assumption. Like I
Yeah.
said, they're obviously the,
Yeah. I mean, the only reason that we're asking is that you want to fight the battle with the right.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we really can't make the decision.
No, it's
'Cause
not.
we're
Right.
it's right. It's
Whoever
town.
gets-
It's town property.
Yeah.
So it
Oh,
falls
I understand that.
their.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we
Just
just know the
regime.
number of people that we are servicing,
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. We do know the number
Yeah.
that we're servicing.
You can kind of see the driveway. The new driveway will actually be right out
Right.
there. It's going to be a little closer to this building, but it'll be all fenced off. So this building will kind of have its own little parcel.
Right.
There will be a fence
Yeah,
that will secure
okay.
the DPW site.
Awesome.
So
All right.
I mean, you have a compelling reason why that you would want to be able to come here. I mean, you have your reasons are going to have to outweigh a couple of the other
Oh,
people
sure.
that want to come. So I just personally, I think
Well, I
it's
think
a story that is worth telling because you need a building to both house, food and also work out, right? It's not
Right.
just going to a place.
No.
Like maybe these other people are looking, maybe they can
Yeah,
go to
and
another
I
facility.
don't know if you're aware that our food pantry works very differently than everybody else's. Most food pantries have open hours, so people can come.
Right.
Like say Tuesday, we're open 5 to 7.
Yeah.
But we kind of respect everybody's privacy, so we have about 30 volunteers.
Yeah.
And each one of us has maybe like 10 or 12 neighbors, as we refer to them. So if you call the pantry, we take your information. If you need immediate food, we'll give you something right away. Otherwise, we do like a little intake. Nobody's ever refused. We have the income guidelines that we have to meet too. And then you're assigned to someone. So you might be assigned to Jerry and I, and then you can call once a month. So we set up a time that we take your order, it's like, Peapod. Take your order over the phone, we put it together, and then we get a mutual time that we can, you to come, and we have some that can't come, so we kind of deliver them also. But we never have anybody standing outside other than maybe Christmas or Thanksgiving or Easter when they come in bulk. But we really never want it, because we may never see you again. And I usually say to them, I hope I don't see you again, hoping that everything turns around for them.
Right.
And we're doing backpacks now too for the kids, for the children that are going back to school. So we're very different than everybody else. So it's not, you never would have anybody lined up outside.
Right.
No, we don't want anybody to know your business,
Yeah,
because it might be at one time. Yeah. So.
very nice. Yeah, thanks for doing what you're doing. I mean, it's invaluable for Whitman.
What groups are we against?
I guess I don't know. And I'm not going to put Kenny on the spot because if he doesn't want to say it on the record. I don't know. Like I said,
We can inquire.
yeah.
Yes, we can go.
probably the best.
I've only heard of your group, but
Yeah.
like I said, it's a viable building that's in good shape.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So
Okay.
certainly it
All right.
will draw some
All I want to
interest.
know is if we're in contention.
Mary Beth Carter will know the best.
Yeah. Okey doke. All right.
Okay,
I think that's it.
Thank you.
very good. Thanks for coming
Thanks for
in.
having us.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Bye. Appreciate it. Thanks for what you
Yeah.
do.
Bye, Mrs. Kelly.
Rick, take it easy, Jerry. Warren, Mr. and Mrs. Kelly.
Yeah, I think her for teacher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't think of her first
Oh,
name.
my kids had her.
Warren.
Yes.
Warren. I know. She's always been
I didn't want to
Mrs. Kelly.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So it's very difficult for me.
It's a name, but
Yes.
and then
All right.
these days you can insult somebody. So
We have the minutes from July 16th.
Make a motion that we approve them as written.
seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Understand?
Because you didn't read it. 'Cause you didn't read it.
I like this agenda. Bruce,
Miss you, man. Come
Holy
on.
cow.
Bruce, what do you got? Anything?
Yeah, I got a few things. I hope I'm not overlapping, but just to update quickly. I was just talking to Kevin and Ken, and this is the camera that is going to go in the park. The only one that will be different will be in the
finally.
bandstand. You will only see the cat eye, I guess, in the bandstand. Will be up in the ceiling. So 4 out of those will be installed in the park. I have that one now because that one's going on first as like a sample to see how it works out. And we're gonna paint because the posts are on. It's going on the black post in the just to try to not to hide it, but just to not make it look.
How high will it be?
Well, the posts are probably 10 to 12. I would say 12-foot posts, and so they're gonna be below the lens.
Yeah.
So, but it's probably as high as possible, but below the lens. So I don't know.
Does it have
10 feet, 9 feet?
any shield or any something around, cage around in case they're throwing rocks at this stupid thing?
I assume that they're made to take a beat.
Yeah.
Okay.
That glass is pretty thick.
Yeah.
And everything else is
Pan and tilt.
metal.
Cameras
I don't know. Josh did all
in
the,
there and protected by
There
the
it is. I
glass.
see the lens.
Josh did all the
Looks like it
legwork
doesn't
today,
hurt.
and I'm just gonna paint it and
pretty-
give it back to him.
Yeah.
Cost
Yeah,
wise,
it'll hang this way. I'm sure.
He did a article at town
I
meeting
don't get the bracket.
over 2 years
Over 2 years ago.
and I believe it was
Okay.
Probably
50,000.
gonna have another
how
problem.
many?
Each.
The same.
5.
5.
5, 10.
Oh, 10, 10
you can
apiece.
do that.
Probably goes inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
don't
think
know.
obviously there's software. There's
Oh yeah, no. I
and there's
understand.
probably. I mean, if it's all web based, he's paying
They
a
can also use
Yeah.
month. I mean, this is all
Look at
through
this.
IT. This has nothing to do with
Right,
our
right,
budget.
right.
Just the fact that it's in the park is our
Right.
Probably use something
Right.
different.
why.
Yeah.
But we don't have to trench anything. We don't have to install any conduit. It's all web
It
based.
turns.
I guess that's the only reason why I was just damaged. Because you get idiots throwing stuff at this.
I got a call Friday night. I was up in New Hampshire because someone was complaining there was graffiti in the little kids' playground. So, that might catch somebody doing it.
Yeah.
It's not the crime of the century, but if they know they're getting caught, maybe it'll be a deterrent.
So this would
Is that
Deterrent factor.
auto zoom and all, Bruce? This thing, or is it just?
It's not going
It's
to
like
be
a regular-
operated by
No, it's not.
anybody.
Okay, I didn't think it was. I
Yeah.
just thought I'd ask anyways. Yeah.
So it's not
So
like
it's-
I don't think they're going to be able to sit.
No.
They say, hey, the police are going to be able to sit there and go zoom in. You know,
But who's going to actually monitor it if
it's not going
something
to be
comes down?
monitored. It's
Well, no. If something
record it.
comes down to the fact that you want to see something,
That's
who's
the
going to
hard
have?
thing. That's the hard thing. Because if something happens, you have to go from the last person left there
Yeah.
to the first person that found it.
right.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Sometimes it's 12 hours. Sometimes.
But I
you
mean,
might
who's
a
going to have the
small
actual
window.
monitors to look back on it? You guys at the station?
Yeah.
Oh, you will. Okay, that's what I was wondering.
We
Yeah.
want. I
You
won't
said
have
We're not.
access
I mean,
to
I'm
it.
going to assume.
It's
I don't
police
know.
related.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I don't know where it's going to be.
No.
Yeah, it's. I'm pretty sure because we've talked. It's going to be somewhere at the station.
I think we'll have the data. I imagine
Right.
we'll have the.
Like I
Josh
don't
is-
think.
Right, you can go back and say, hey,
Josh works out of our building.
yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
the crew came in at 8 o'clock and they found something. You can go
Yeah.
back and review the tape from the previous night.
Yeah.
Right.
And my guess is it's probably
I mean, typically
Holds.
things don't.
2 days, 3 days. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, there's usually a
maybe
limit,
a week tops.
and it starts the
Right, it'll record
override
over
itself.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I don't know that they'll have. I don't think they'll have the ability to say, "Oh, there's something happening at the basketball court right now," and just bring it up on the camera and so they can get eyes on it right away. I don't think they'll have that capability,
probably not.
but.
Well, you probably have the ability that you could just view, like you could view it, but
Yeah.
it's not going to alert you, obviously, of something.
No, no.
You know.
But
Okay. It's good. I mean, I
Right.
think you've
It
got
will
the
be
grant
like-
and-
Forensic.
you know, we typically find things within a day of it happening. Unless it happened on a Friday night, then we might not see it till Monday morning, unless a resident calls it.
Right.
And I know from trying to look back at the trail camera how much of a pain in the neck it is
Well, it's not
to
easy.
scroll back and look, oh, who dumped that? Oh, I don't know. You're going through thousands of
I looked at a lot of
snapshots of
videos.
people driving by.
When they do it on the TV shows, it makes it look really easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't it?
So when was this proposed to go in?
Well, it got voted in at a town meeting, I believe, in 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so when is it gonna go in?
Well, he wants to get it. Josh said he wanted to get it in before the end of August, but
Okay.
that got dropped off today, and now I have to paint it. And the one in the bandstand can go in without being painted, so I guess they could do that at any time. But
Okay.
This
Yeah.
fall.
so I don't think it's gonna be through the end of August, but
So what? The paint. Why paint it? So.
It matches the pole.
just to match the pole. I mean,
That's what I said.
I mean, because it's like a.
I don't mind it stand.
I mean, it's my idea.
Stand up.
Paint it.
You'd be like,
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's not- you know, like it's not like
Just-
somebody told me to
It's a
paint it.
maintenance
I was
thing.
like,
Like I'm sure that's a no maintenance finish, so it's up to you.
Yeah.
You know.
but once it's
Might
up
start
there,
feeling it.
like I can't see it be. It's not going to be manhandled or anything. Nobody's going to be touching it, so it shouldn't get scratched.
No, that scratch is probably sunlight wear
Yeah.
and the rain. Whatever. No, go ahead.
I was even going to look into seeing like if somebody how much they charge me to paint it for me. Like
I would leave
like
it
somebody
white
does.
myself.
Huh?
I leave it white.
Would you?
I wouldn't care about
Yeah, I would too. Yeah, that way it would stand out more.
I like-
People
I like
will
it.
all of a
I want
sudden
stand out.
realize.
Well,
no, I mean, so that
You
people
want it to
actually
stand out for the people that may not be in there for the right reasons.
Yeah, you
Well,
do
I
want
mean,
to
if there
stand
was
out.
always if there was one, maybe on the bandstand, or if there was one in the, where the foyer is on the town hall,
Yeah.
like a fake one there would help.
Exactly. Yeah. Once
Yeah.
They
they
have a sign saying there is one, but there isn't.
Yeah.
once they think they're on camera,
I thought I
they're
said
not
if they
gonna
get
do it.
Velcro went up
Once
there,
they get
nobody
caught
knows
with
if it works or
because they
not.
were on camera, they'll
Yeah,
know there's a
well, that's
camera.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I just think like we have a light that hangs off of one of them that points at the Civil War monument, and the light is like the housing for the light is like this long, and it's black. And I just think if that was white, it would look like crap.
But
It's my job to keep the park looking nice.
so this is small though. I mean, again, the consensus is like, maybe
sure.
white makes sense.
Sure, Park.
Bruce, run
It's
with it.
if he's got time.
So
It's up to you, Bruce.
so anyway,
Time
so
and pain.
moving on from the camera.
I guess it's-
And he's sorry you brought up.
So Glen Street, it took a while between rainstorms and vacations, but the granite on Glen Street is in. It's been grouted and back and graded. The backside's been graded, so now the ball's back in Teal Edwards Court as far as scheduling, getting them out there to, grade and install the sidewalks. I actually think they'll put the street in first so they can match the driveway ramps. But that's ready to go. Dover Street sidewalks were removed and rough graded by us. So again, that's and just a Teal Edwards scheduling thing now to come in and do that. Myrtle Ave was excavated, graded, and a binder has been installed. It was a bit of a challenge. The road has it's almost flat after it pitches down to the spot where it starts to pitch to Washington Street. But from that to Beulah Street, it was a challenge for them to grade that off to get the water to go, because there's no catch basin until you get to Beulah Street. But, you know, we've had some rains that have gone down there, and there's no puddles on the binder, so,
Nice.
you know, they gotta they still have to adjust the 2 manholes at the end there, and lower them to get ready for the top, but it's gonna come out good. We talked about the additives in the town pond to try to clear that water up. It did work. The gypsum, so I got some more and they installed that yesterday. So try to clear it up a little more. We've started painting the crosswalks to get ready for school openings. So they're doing that around town today, and they'll be back at it tomorrow. They're going to a training, but they'll be back at it Friday. We're reinstalling the crosswalk that was at Elliott Woods before the water and sewer project. So when we had the street painted again, that crosswalk was away because the road got dug up. And I did get a request from a resident in there, because it's a horrible spot for the kids that live in Elliott Woods to cross Auburn Street to get to the middle school, and or if they just like say, hey, I'm going to Wendy's, they got to cross over it and then get the sidewalk that starts at Homeland. So we painted that, and we're doing solid yellow in the middle, and I also have 2 of the push button crosswalk signs that they push, and they'll wigwag. Yeah, so we're doing the best I can. But it's a bad spot. It's like the straightaway on Auburn Street. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't want my kid crossing there. And just trimming sidewalks all over town in school zones, especially in the school zones, is a pretty big job with all the weeds. Everything's overgrown, everything. So, you know, it's been ongoing. So that's pretty much what we've been doing. Tomorrow, the guys, basically the whole crew's going down to Mass Tree Warden Association. They have like training from 10 a.m. to noon, and then they get a lunch, and then there's like a trade show outside. So.
Cool.
All right.
Hey, on your painting for crosswalks, so they don't hear it again, are you gonna do the painting in the yellow at the Council on Aging as they requested?
Oh yeah, hey now? Yeah,
Yes.
we'll do that. I'll make a note of it.
Thank you.
Bruce, do we ever on Temple by Highland ever put in for a flashing light there crosswalk? Like obviously the one that we had the choice in that they put in at Corthell.
So no, I haven't. We painted it, or I'm not sure if they got to it today, but they're repainting that yellow inside in the crosswalk itself. But as far as a push button like we have at Washington Beulah, no. I don't know if we'd have to jump through all those hoops with the state again
Yeah, probably have to
to
go to the
install a
state.
sign. Could look into it. I think it ends up costing like a couple $1,000s for the 2 signs.
For the 2 signs.
Yeah, for the signs that you push the button, and then the one on one side talks to the other one on the other side, so it
It
flashes
does the flashing.
at the same time.
Okay.
But it's very similar to the one at Corthell in Temple. The ones that I buy, they're just a little smaller.
What about the one at Franklin? Is that the same way? Is that 2 sides or is that 1 side?
No, that's supposed to. Now the school department installed those, but those are supposed to be the same. If you press one side, the other side
Yeah.
flashes. The cars coming the other way.
All right.
I buy the cheap versions, and I like the ones that go on Auburn Street, and they literally go on the 2-inch square signpost.
Yeah,
Opposed to
and then, but
just
we
put a regular
couldn't,
street sign on.
we probably wouldn't be able to do that on 27 anyways.
I don't know.
All right. Something to think about. I know the crossing guy up there obviously has been.
I'm almost in the. You know, I'm almost thinking I just put them in.
Uh,
ask for forgiveness instead
Right,
of,
just put them in.
or
Make
beg
money
for
in
forgiveness
on
and
it.
ask for permission.
Because you do put in signs that say crosswalk and they have the arrow point right down.
Down.
You know, the little drawing and it has the
Yeah.
arrow pointing at it. Useless, almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those signs at Temple and Cosell work well when it's terrible out. Like
Yeah.
you can see them really when it's nice out. It's
Right.
hard to see them.
They don't really jump out at you in the middle of the day.
No.
Yeah. In the packet, Dave just kind of gave a summary of some stuff that they're working on. Sounds like, I know they had a couple, well, they had a break in Dyer Ave, and it looks like a service leak in School Street. The meter reading. So,
Second week of September, huh?
and then I know he talked last time because he had a break in, June, where he had one guy
Yeah.
that came in. So we talked last time about, him securing a on-call contractor if needed,
Yeah.
Was he gonna end up paying him to be on call?
I don't know, we could ask him.
It didn't sound like there was going to be a fee for him to be on call. It would just be the fee for the work done. I don't think he's
Okay.
going to have to pay him to be available. He just
Oh, okay, all right, that's what I was wondering, if he'd have to pay you.
It was
to
just
be
a,
okay.
a verbal thing. He said, "Hey, if I ever needed you," and he said, "Yeah, I do it for Auckland and Abington."
Oh, there you go, all right.
Just-
Yeah, there's no one, Curry's not around anymore.
Right.
Cicconi's not really
No.
doing that anymore, you know what I mean? We used to have some contractors in town that.
And occasionally, LaPointe could find
Watson.
himself in the same position. Oh, you call him on a Sunday morning or a Saturday night at 9 o'clock, and he might not have anybody available either.
Yeah. But like Watson would be another.
Right. Just to touch on the Dyer Ave break, so that took up quite an area, kind of outside of what we could pave. You wouldn't want to rake it by hand because it just wouldn't come out good. It's such a large area that ruined the road. So I got 3 quotes from paving contractors TK, TL, and driveway company Cooper. And Cooper came in the lowest, so we scheduled her to come in and do it. Unfortunately, it's going to be a while, like she said, around October. The road's passable, it's rough. We did get one complaint. I told her the process we were going through, and she was okay with it. But that's what it is. She was way cheaper than the other 2. But she's a small driveway company,
Yeah.
But they have a starter box, so.
Oh yeah.
that's all you need.
She did
can do it.
another water leak
CNC
for us.
perfect.
Yeah.
Sportsman's Trail and it came out good.
Denise.
Was it bigger than the one on Auburn Street that they had? The area for Dyer? I hadn't even seen
Yeah.
that one. It is, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dave was doing something else.
So we had, I guess we'll vote on this. This is the water and sewer commitment that we voted on. When did we vote on this? September? Ooh. Last September.
So this is from the October billing that we just were told yesterday.
Oh, something was amiss.
Yeah.
I mean, it went down.
The pre-billing was more than what the actual billing was.
Okay.
So
Oh.
you just need us to vote, or you
And
guys
repaid.
to vote on
Okay.
the actual billing.
Excuse me, but
48 versus
instead of the
46, okay.
Pre-billing.
Yeah, so the previous,
Yeah.
total water, sewer, and all the associated stuff was $3,369,568.81, and now it's only $3,247,456.51.
Yeah, okay.
Bruce, can you close it?
Money in, money out.
you could buy a truck with that? Well, maybe not anymore. But
Two trucks. Part of the building. So I guess if I could ask for a motion for the revised water sewer commitment from last September 23.
Revised, not an abatement.
It's not an abatement.
It's not an abatement.
No. This is our bill.
Okay.
The town's bill.
Okay.
This isn't a resident. Or,
Okay.
This is our
So
bill.
what's the gist here? Just sum it up real quick.
Took $100,000.
Yeah, I mean, the actual was less than the estimated.
Right.
So
What do we need to vote or do
We
anything?
make a motion to.
yeah, I think we
accept it as-
we voted the other one. We always
Yeah.
vote the commitment. So I'd like to vote the new value. Then this one will just go on the record. So if someone wants to make
Make
that
a
motion.
motion that we accept the new bill as written.
Seconded?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That was easy. It only needs 3. Everyone can
I
sign.
mean, yeah,
Okay.
it goes down. What's.
I haven't signed in a while. Let me sign.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, I know.
You
Yeah.
want to make motion, you want to something.
I'm only
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah.
I come by. I come by when I'm working.
He does.
Only gonna do that.
That's all set.
Appreciate it. Saves.
Any new business? Nice.
Nothing.
Old business. Obviously, everyone can see the building is
Yeah.
moving along pretty well. I see a crane, so that means we've got steel coming.
He said steel was coming this week, and they're gonna start erecting.
That's exciting.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's
That's
nice.
So they're a little slow out of the gate, but they're really pushing now, which is nice to see. Steel's big. Sees, people will see something.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
pretty visible.
Yeah.
Budget wise, we look pretty good. There's some change orders have come in recently. Some things with some utility costs and some costs from Engrid, but
There was a credit one too, so it helps.
yeah.
I mean, they're being fair.
Right, they're not bad, and you're gonna, it's a project. You're gonna have some change orders,
Right.
but nothing. And really we're through some of our biggest concerns with the soils
Yeah.
and the foundation and what we would find, and besides the oil tank, I think that was the only thing that we really found. So, so everything's looking good. Nice to see steel going up.
Yeah, it will be.
The,
Are those some of the pictures, Melissa, that are in there, like the
Yes.
footings foundation, and when they put the steel? Okay, that's
Yep, so Tom, the clerk of the works, sent me an email today with a file to upload on the site, and
Yeah.
I actually, before the meeting, went over it with Kevin. We're gonna edit it a little.
Yep.
I think they thought we wanted way more than,
when you gave
and so I think once he sees, oh, that's what they need, it will
Yeah.
be smooth from
Yeah.
there. So I got that today. I said I'd show Kevin. We went over it before, and we're good to go. So I'll start posting them weekly or when I get them from him.
Yeah, we asked them to do it weekly.
Yeah.
Whatever, pick a day. This is what we did this week. A couple pictures, and that will go up on the town website and the DPW page. Can we do some link on the Facebook?
Yeah.
And that's it. Here's a link of the update, and then let people.
I'll just do a link. Don't put my own stuff. Just copy.
I mean, you can still do. I mean, actually, you can still do your own stuff, but
Okay.
but no one goes to the website.
Right.
Unless
No, they don't,
they're wondering, like,
You definitely go
you have a
on
holiday
Facebook.
schedule, or,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it just, and then they can tap the link if you.
Okay.
I don't know how to do that, but I'm assuming you do.
Yeah.
So,
We'll
once
get it
it's-
on the
Once it's
Facebook.
on there,
There you go.
On Facebook, you're just talking about like an introductory sentence for the week?
we'll do the link to what we're going to upload to the website.
Yeah, but as far as Bruce, as far as introducing the piece,
Building update. Here's the
Yeah,
link.
go, yeah, that's all
Yeah, I
it's
can do
done.
that.
That's it.
I mean,
Yeah.
if there's anything
Building
of
update.
major significance, you could probably say
Bruce is
something.
good at that
Yeah, I
stuff.
can
We
take
can
a
figure
few
it out.
pics. and-
That's
Yeah.
up to you.
And like I say, you every once in a while, like I said, you post something on there.
Yeah,
It's not
good.
saying do that. Just trying to get a formal process from our OPM. That's what we pay him for, to do all these type of things in PR, and
Good.
hopefully he's finally got it. That
Yeah.
Similar to what you
I
did.
don't need placing foundation on line Q of
Yeah.
this vehicle survey.
I don't want to hear
I
that.
just want to place
Q3
foundation.
Q7.
Yeah.
Period.
Foundation, and when they start
want-
putting, when they start doing any kind of steel at all, I'll take a couple pics.
Yeah,
I'm sure he will too.
That's
Yeah.
He does take a lot of pictures out there.
yeah.
So I'm sure if we said, hey, can you
Yeah.
email us a few of those?
That's his as-built.
Yeah. Pictures
Might
are
be.
awesome. I
you
tell
go.
my guys, I have 15, 20 a day.
Yeah.
There is a so all the project management, paperwork, photos, everything is on a program called Bid Docs. It's web based.
Yep.
Anybody can log in if you guys want to. I'm gonna volunteer Bruce or Melissa. They would just send a login to your email and you log in and you can see pictures, you can read daily reports, you can see meeting minutes, you can see, it's just a database that,
Sure.
that's all I do. I go in there occasionally, I just flip through some daily reports and look at some pictures.
You just got pictures. Maybe I'll go.
It's pretty, you go to the project and there's a tab that just says photos, you click, just like you're flipping through on your phone. So if you guys want,
I don't know. Can you do it, or the architect has to give you?
I think Greg would have to.
Yeah, I think he has
that's what I thought.
Greg,
Yeah,
Greg would have to send them the
the
link.
gatekeeper. Whatever.
Yeah, but
That's okay. Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, the pictures will be good.
It's available.
Yeah,
So
it's easier to read pictures.
I have two things that I kind of forgot. So when you're ready.
Oh, well, I have one question on that. Any talk of a topping off thing? Should we?
there hasn't been, before we started, I thought about a groundbreaking, but I'm like,
I know.
a topping off would be great. Have all the employees out there, get the Express to snap a couple pictures. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, we probably don't have enough time to do anything bigger, but yeah, and that might be appropriate size.
Do you want to reach out to Scott or? I mean,
Yeah, good to hear. See what
I'm
he
just,
thinks.
he didn't.
Yeah, I brought it up.
Again, so Scott Luke is the owner's project manager rep, and then Tom, the clerk of the work that's here every day. He also works for the CMS Construction Management Systems. They're our OPM, so they're the town's eyes and ears watching the contractor, basically. But
Nice.
so I think
Yeah, I thought that'd be good for the Express or something.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as long as we can, they'll know. Yeah, no, it's a good idea. I like that.
Well, ask.
Usually the guys can all sign the beam if they want or whatever the heck they're
Exactly.
putting up. Or, you know what I mean?
And Melissa.
Throw a flag on it, put a
I'll
Christmas
sign
tree
it.
on it, and away we go. Let's get a Christmas tree. Can we find a Christmas tree?
Yeah,
Sure, we can find something.
You need a flag and a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
just hang on to one after this Christmas. It won't be ready till June, July of
July.
next year. So, hey. So I don't know what it will look like, the Christmas tree, but hey,
By then we better have a roof on it. But
yeah.
all right, that was it. Sorry, Bruce. Go ahead.
What do you got? What do you miss?
So I would like to ask the board to allow me to post a truck driver's position within the Park and Tree Division. One of our employees did go through all the training. He went and got his license. He's been driving trucks as needed. He's a Park and Tree, so a lot of times I want to kind of get him paid to drive trucks, so in the winter I'll have another body for Sanders.
There you go.
And it gives him a little bump, and he did go through the training, passed the test, and he's had his license. So I'm figuring, I think he's had his license for about 4 months now, and so if we post it now, and then so that will be into September, that we actually move him up. So we got winter coming.
So, are you creating another position?
No,
I guess I'm confused. Like if
Oh, that's what I
if
thought
he
too.
just
Yeah.
we move someone to an operator, we just move we vote to move that person. I'm a little confused why we're.
so I can't just make him a truck driver within the Park and Tree Division because he's a laborer now. So somebody else in another division could say, "Hey, I want to go to Park and Tree and be a truck driver," even if they're in the water department right now.
Right.
So he wants to post the job, so
Yeah,
No, but I guess
But he's a laborer.
but all the time we say, hey, Joe Smith, we're gonna move him from
to another class.
we're gonna move him to an operator because.
But we have to post it. We
Right.
post it every time.
Do we post it? Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that either. Yeah.
Believe me, it'll
Okay.
be so much easier because it's just going through the steps because 9 out of 10 times we have a person in mind, that's why we're doing it,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
nobody else puts in for it.
I didn't realize we.
Qualified.
I didn't realize we
Once in a while, we
posted
get
all that
surprised,
times. I thought
like-
we just, hey, this guy's got his license. We want to move him up. We move him up.
Once in a
That's
while,
what I
there's a
thought, too.
surprise, like somebody that hasn't even expressed it,
Right.
feels like they want to switch divisions. But normally, we would say, we would just say no to that because this guy's been in parking trees, does it, and I feel like, all that.
So this must be part of the contract that you gotta have.
Yeah, you
this
have to.
open
Well, yeah. I mean, I know we're. But yeah,
bidding
I,
process.
I just didn't realize we did it. That's fine. We can.
Need a
You
motion.
need a motion?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, motion to post the
Okay, motion.
driver's position.
I'll second that one.
Parking trees.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Motion second. All in
Okay, that's it.
favor?
We'll see you in 6
Aye.
months.
I'll post it.
Wow.
So the other thing is,
I get the
Remember,
best of
remember,
it.
we're recording this.
Next
we had our Wednesday morning job meetings, the Zoom meetings. We do them every Wednesday at 8 a.m. So they just briefly touched on the drainage, the ongoing drainage issue with us and our butter. And I guess they posed a question to town council about, what our if we may be required to continue that with our butter, or what our options are. I guess I'm not sure what the question was posed. They didn't tell us what questions they asked, but they're waiting to hear back before. But again, that has to be fixed for us, regardless, before they start paving or anything like that out here. But it's still
What has to be fixed? The salt building?
no, there's a catch basin in the corner over here that is that picked up a drainage ditch that ran behind the salt shed.
Yeah.
And then it turned 90 degrees and went into a pipe and ran into the drainage in our yard. As part of the project, there was an oversight. As part of the project, they dismantled the manhole that pipe ran into and broke the end of the pipe and just surrounded it with stone.
Gosh.
But that was what they were
We're
supposed to do.
supposed to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But if you look at the plans from the plans that they looked at, it shows that catch basin. But I guess it was an oversight that they didn't think they didn't make any kind of arrangements with what they were going to do with that water.
Oh, okay.
Because it may not have showed on the old plans showed a pipe coming across this way. So I think they may have thought it just went down to a low area over here. So that's ongoing because it does flood
What
and heavy
are
rain.
they gonna do to correct that?
Well, they
They got to design
A
something.
pipe that's no longer feeding the water over here now
Was it
is
some other
flooding
place?
over there.
Well, it's right now it's just
Yeah.
flooding behind here. So the engineer's got to come up with a design
an
to
option.
You put an option out of the pipe is still there, extending the pipe like 20 feet or so, putting a manhole on top of it to pick up a pipe that is new that goes out to the drainage right in this corner,
that ties into the system.
and then it'll be good. But
Okay.
it's ongoing. Lastly, just a little procedure change for us, and it's probably been going like this for 40 plus years at least. The town hall accountant office, because we have a new accountant, and she's new to municipal accounting, I guess, and she has handed Melissa and I the job of reporting Chapter 90 reimbursements to the state. We've never done that before. We always just get the invoices from TL Edwards for X Street, and we send them up to the town hall, and they draw down on how much that project was approved from. And we keep track of that. They keep track of that, but they get the reimbursements because that's how Chapter 90 works. We pay the bills, and then whenever we ask for the reimbursements, we get paid back.
Right.
There was some lapses where apparently some of the bills from last July the reimbursement requests weren't going in until this March.
Oh man.
So the vendor was getting paid, the contractor was getting paid, but the town wasn't getting its money back. So we might have had $300,000 out there just, like should have been sitting in a town account. It was at the state still. So now Melissa and I are doing a little learning process this week to do the reimbursements.
At least it'll be done right.
All right. We hope.
The monitor, obviously,
It will.
the
It will.
town hall's still paying the bills.
Yeah, so we still have to
The
send
check
the
is going to
invoices
go
out.
to the town.
Right,
Yeah.
and they have to send the checks out, but the state will be sending the checks after we do the reimbursement. The checks go to the town, obviously, because they deposit into their general fund. It's just a little weird because we're doing the reimbursement request, But for us to do that, we have to call the accountant's office and ask them for the check number of whoever that they wrote to Teal Edwards or to a detail officer or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, that doesn't
It's a
make
little
sense,
different.
but anyways,
We'll see how
okay.
it goes. I
Yeah.
feel like there might be now too many people involved in it, so
I
We'll
gotta
try it
agree
out.
with you there.
And maybe when they're up to speed, they're like, them getting frustrated that you keep calling them, hey, I need this, I need this, I need
Right.
this, I need
Yeah.
this. Like, wait a minute, I can just do this myself.
yeah, because we need
When
like
I
the
want to
check
do it.
numbers.
When I
and
want
then-
to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Instead of the phone call.
I mean, I think as far as tracking, there's nothing wrong with they send it to the state and you guys get copied on it.
Yeah.
So it's in your head.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then everybody's busy, but the accountant's dealing with the whole town and all that. But you could, little reminders.
In a way,
Hey, did we ever get reimbursed for that? And it sounds like that's what happens.
in a way, it's going to be a little nicer because we're going to be able to know we're going to be keeping track more of the drawdown from each project, and the town's going to get reimbursed quicker because we're going to do it monthly.
Yeah.
As soon as we can't do it until the checks go out, but once the check goes out to whatever vendor or officer or whatever it might be, we can then ask for a reimbursement. So we're going to do it monthly, and just it would be better to keep up.
Yeah.
makes sense.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Just like an online thing with the state, like you would.
Yeah, it's part of that Map It program they have with, it's the same program I do my project request through electronically, and it's nice because it works quick. Like I get my project request okayed within like 2 days now.
Yep.
And we sent our first shot at Chapter 90 reimbursement in yesterday, and I think was it by the
responded like
afternoon,
an hour.
he rejected it. But that's fine because it was a learning process, and I called him, I said, okay, what we did wrong.
Yeah.
And they good, and it worked with us.
Okay.
Rejected.
Bruce, maybe
That's easy. Yeah.
some of the salt that we had left over, what's your estimation? Are we in a good position because of some of the excess salt?
Yeah, that shed's full.
I know.
We fill it, so our policy is that we fill it at the end of every winter regardless how good or bad the winter was. So if we, once we get into March and we think we're done using salt for the year, if I can get, 300 ton in there, I order 300 ton one last time to go on that fiscal year's snow and ice budget and we fill it. Because next year salt could be $10 more a ton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be 20 storms.
Right.
It'll be
Great.
around.
Yeah, so we're coming into the season
It's
with
like a full
barn.
tank.
Does it
Sounds like
last 2 years? I mean, what's the longevity of it?
fill in your oil tank in the summer.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it lasts, but as soon as we have a storm, it all goes away.
I don't want to go
Yeah.
past half.
Depends on how big of a storm,
Usually go
how
like to
many
go to E. I'm
storms.
like,
We had a light winter.
I don't like
Yeah.
to go
Yeah.
there, so.
Right, but
Yeah.
you still,
Like
I
a
mean, how many
storm
times did you
storm,
refill the
really.
barn last
I
year?
go to a quarter. All right, a quarter.
Few?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even though
You
the
still
few
spend a
storms
lot
we
of
had,
salt.
we still.
Because every time,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't realize every time we get a
Oh my
snizzle,
God, I go right there.
Yeah.
they go to
Ice,
bed,
snow, rain.
they wake up in the morning, the roads are, not icy. That's because we went out at 2 in the morning because we got a little tiny bit of ice. But,
Yeah.
Okay.
But you still got to do it.
What's
yeah.
one rounded around the town? How many tons?
So it's 4 trucks, 2 loads per truck for one
One time around.
application.
So 8.
So
So we get a
loads.
testing.
10 yards.
So 200
Probably
ton.
about 7 ton on a truck because they're
Oh, that's it?
extremely V, maybe 8
Oh,
ton on
yeah,
the
yeah.
2 dump body style.
So 100 ton.
Oh, really? Wow.
100 ton each time we go out.
Yeah.
But you could go out twice in a night. You
Yeah.
could go out in the evening and
Yeah.
have to go out again. So it's 100
And that
ton.
holds 300 tons?
Well,
No, it holds more, right? Oh,
No, it holds about 900 tons.
900.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
3 rows.
Okay.
I look at it, I always chop it
so
in
it's 100 ton
way
just to
you
do
fill
the
it. Yeah.
town once.
Yuck.
It could be one storm. You could go out 2, 3, 4. You could
Yeah.
go out 2, 3 times in a night and drop 200-300 ton like nothing.
32, 64.
That's 64, yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Next meeting will be
17th, I think it is.
That's the day before my birthday, so just let everyone know.
So you'll
Maybe we can move to Wednesday. I can have it on my birthday next month.
So can I throw something out for the meetings?
Well, that's what I thought.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're gonna do that.
I was
Sorry.
getting the eyes.
Well, that's why I was like, I thought you were bringing something up. Yeah.
Yeah, so I know like it used to be the second week of each month. It was the second Tuesday, and then it was
Yes.
changed to the third.
Yes.
Is there any way we could bump back to the second week, even if it's on a Wednesday? Because I think that's where the billing problem came up for the water sewer bills, because those go out like the third week, so we have to vote on it earlier. So that's like where we kind of were like, oh, so that's what happened was that pre-billing got approved, and the town hall just caught it now and brought it to our attention to realize it. So we were talking today of maybe going back to that second week so that we don't get into that situation again.
You guys, right? You have your,
Tuesday, that's all we have, and then Wednesday's
Grand
open.
Poobah.
Wednesday's open.
Wednesdays open.
Yeah.
I mean, Wednesdays are
I'm fine with Wednesday.
typically open for me. I mean,
Yeah.
if we're gonna do the second week of September, I'm on vacation that week, but you guys can still meet.
I think Dave was.
He's talking about in general, though, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave was.
So we'd move to the second Wednesday
Second Wednesday.
If
versus
that
the
works,
third.
like,
Wednesday nights work for me. I don't. Like I said, I'm on vacation the second week of September. So.
Not that I want to go to other meetings, but it also on occasions they'll say, "Hey, can you guys come up to like the selectmen's meeting?"
Yeah.
And they meet on
Yeah.
Tuesday, so
Yep.
Yeah. Bruins don't play on Wednesdays, so.
that's a,
There you go.
yeah.
So you're
Oh,
that'd be great.
I might be good.
Who knew?
So how about next meeting though? I mean, that's okay.
So the next meeting would be September 11th.
But you're not going to be here.
Well, you can meet without me.
No, I mean we can, but I mean it's good to have.
Maybe
it.
Mark will be here. So
We can meet the third
with
one
me.
for that one.
I don't even know
We
who's.
could and then start.
Yeah,
Like,
but
it's
there's
up to you. I was
Who's
just
we have the
throwing
next
out
Wednesday is
there
my
kind of-
birthday. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Tuesday.
I am here the 11th. It's the next.
You're the 18th.
It's the next week. I'm on
So
vacation.
third week.
for your birthday week.
Okay,
yeah.
so you're
I'm on
better off
vacation
to
my
make it
birthday.
the 11th.
So we'll do the second
meeting.
Wednesday.
You're not on vacation that week.
No, I was. It's the
Okay.
next week. I should have.
There you
Because
go.
I'm on vacation my week of my birthday.
He was
Okay,
confused.
so what? September what?
We drinking
11th.
fruit
11,
drinks.
9/11.
At Aruba.
So will that be
16.
ongoing, Melissa? We'll make it the second Wednesday of each month then?
If it works
If it
for
works,
everybody. I know
I got
Tuesdays
no
are
problem with it.
sometimes
Yeah.
a little.
Wednesday is usually better for me.
Same time, right?
Yeah, we'll do 6.
Yeah, Wednesday, September 11th.
Tuesday's my
Wow.
biggest meeting.
Do you think that was going to go that easy?
I wasn't sure.
That means
This
Hey.
week's been a little rough, so I just kind of prepared for
Well, you had
whatever's
that- you
the
had
Tuesday was just inherited. We always met on Tuesdays.
Yeah, that's it. We
Going back
always,
in the-
yeah.
So
Way back.
Dave and Melissa had brought it up today.
16 years that I've been on the board.
That
16 years.
works for me with like golf.
I might have been
I
here.
don't care about the
I
golf.
might
Yeah.
have yes,
I
yeah.
don't have to worry about like rushing for golf or anything.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of worked well. I don't know if I'm doing that league next year, but you never know.
All right, so we'll, September 11th will be the next 6 o'clock. No, we'll do the second Wednesday going forward.
All right.
Okay. Anything else?
So September 11th, 6 p.m.
I will entertain a
You can bring up
motion.
that other thing if you want. Like I said, I tell you what my opinion.
That other thing.
No,
You-
we
no?
got your
Did you-
We're gonna
opinion.
have back-to-back meetings each, the second week of each
Well,
month.
if it doesn't, it
Yeah.
won't
Oh, yeah.
really affect anyways. So.
Yeah. All right.
If we're good, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Uh,
Aye.
That was kind of